Hello and welcome to an album a day 285. Happy Sunday to you guys. Hope you're enjoying this conversion to fall or summer, depending on where you're at in the world, or what would it be? Spring probably. But today we have a really interesting album, interesting 45, I should say, going back to 1989. I don't know if you'd consider this an official release, an unofficial release. It's really hard to say, but I'm talking about the band Samhain, and this is On Earth as It Is in Hell. Interesting picture on the front, very on point for the band. Then we have the songs and everything on the back, little crow with the skull. Got to have that because it's evil, right? This is weird. It's open, but there's nothing on the inside. This is not torn or ripped. It actually folds this way, and which is weird because if you're buying this in a record store, the 45 would just come right out. So it had to have been sold in some sort of other sleeve or covering on top of this, and maybe something like what I use, but which is just just that. But where it really gets interesting is this right here. There's nothing identifiable on it whatsoever, and that is it seems to be some kind of official release, but in fact the way that you can tell what side you're on is because just in the round out here it says On Heaven, and on this one it says As Is in Hell, but but this also doesn't tell you what that matches up to, so it does really no good. It's a very weird thing, but you know what, I'm really happy to have this because it's a band I absolutely love. They had an unfortunately short run, but I really dug their music. Obviously, being a horror rock band around Halloween time, they probably get a little bit more play than normal, but the music was different from the Misfits because the songs weren't a minute and a half long. They actually were some regular 3 and 4 minute songs that you would get from any other band. I think the lyrics were a little bit deeper. Sometimes they were a little more story oriented. Of course, you've got more time to fill, so you have to do something with that time. But yeah, I love the music of the band. I love the sound of them too. From Initium, especially like the drums on Diablos 88, and then you get into November Coming Fire, which is just an amazing album from start to finish. Really dig this stuff. The last album I didn't like as much. It was kind of turning into what Danzig would start as, which is really going back more to like root blues and things like that. But yeah, great band. I remember getting the first cassette tape, which was November Coming Fire. Not their first. Their first was Initium, but that was the first one that I got from them when I found out about it. And I remember driving down to Independent Records on Platt, and I can't remember the cross street now. I want to say it was between Platt and Bijou, or Platt and Bijou was the cross street. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've driven through downtown Colorado Springs. But I had to work that day. I was working at Burger King. I was in high school. It was my senior year. And so it was a Sunday, and I got down to the record store. Beautiful fall day. And in Colorado, the fall was amazing back then. I mean, the temperature, the wind, the turning leaves, everything was just perfect. And I remember it was really windy that year. And so I picked up the tape, and I honestly just wanted to call in sick and drive around and listen to the album, because it just right off the bat, I connected with it. And so I could only listen to about half, and then had to just suffer through my shift and get off and then listen to the other half driving home. And of course, as soon as I get home, take the tape in the house, listen to the whole album again. But yeah, just right off the bat, really connected with them. And they were a band that we didn't really have access to. It wasn't like the record store carried all their albums, so you had to special order or go somewhere that had stuff that was maybe a little bit more obscure, less mainstream. But great band, absolutely great band. Great time of year to get into them, though, as we're heading towards Halloween. It is October, so check them out. Samhain. We'll see you guys tomorrow for our last 45. Cheers.